Hi everyone, back today with another video. This is just a quick one to show you the mail open from the video I did yesterday about the Weaver Cloth Farm, the new one. You can tell it's a short one and the algorithm super hates me for doing those, but I'm just trying to give you guys the best information I can give you. And sometimes it doesn't need a 15-minute video. So here it is. These are what sold last night. I went and did this gold farm again for another hour after I made the video just to triple check how much gold it was making per hour. And it is really consistent at around the 24,000 gold per hour just for the gold you collect from the mobs and the things that sell immediately. And then the real question was the BOEs, which we're hinting at being worth 44,000 gold. Are they actually selling? And some of them did sell, and some of them did sell for a lot. So you can see when I show you this here, some of them sold for between 2 and 10,000 gold, which is a pretty big amount for something people will be able to get basically in a week or two's time just running a delve. So it's actually doing all right. So I've decided to relist this. I figure the worst that happens here is I vendor things or I disenchant them for materials. And you can see here, as I go through and I'm listing some of these, I make the decision to not list some of them. I think that there is a higher disenchanting value there than there is relisting some of those things on the auction house. So I found that relisting these and just listing them in general is really difficult because there's 50 of each kind, all of them at different levels. You have to be really careful. I'm using Auctionator and sometimes it tries to list it at the price of a lower item level one, and that's not accurate. So I can see a lot of people are getting caught out by that when I'm going through and doing this. I have noticed there are a couple of people who are not being careful enough. So I'm seriously super encouraging you guys to be careful. Do not list these items on the auction house for less than vendor value. Just really triple check it. There are a lot of things on here for under vendor value, and I'm going to go through after this video and buy those things and vendor them. It's if something vendors for 105 gold and then it costs you 15 gold to list it, that brings you up to 120 gold. So if you're listing that for 100 gold, that's a significant loss there if you're doing that en masse. So just really check, is this below vendor price or at vendor price? And once I factor in the deposit and the auction house 10% cut, am I actually making any gold on this? So just be really sure before you list these. I don't want any of you getting caught out because Auctionator isn't sorting through this. And so many people have picked up on the value of this farm, and not everybody knows what they're doing. So don't get caught out by it. You can see here I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to disenchant. I'm keeping it for Great Vault Day, for Reset Day, because then I get the enchanting points for it, the knowledge points for disenchanting them. And I just do that every week. If I pick up BOEs or soulbound things that I'm not going to use and they don't have any value selling, I keep them for Reset Day and then disenchant them there. So initially I was making the Pioneer gear and disenchanting that to catch up on my dust, and that worked really well. But now that I'm able to do this BOE farm, this is going to more than cover what I need to disenchant each week to get my points for my enchanting. So just consider holding on to them. If you don't need these materials right now, try to hold on to them for Reset Day. So you're getting the materials and the enchanting knowledge points. So you can see I made 54,000 gold off just the 2 hours that I did there. Like I said, I went and did another hour after I made this video just to triple check the amount it was making because it's insane. It's absurd. It's totally, you should go do it. Like that's where we're at with this. It's so ridiculous. You need to go do it. So after all of that, the 53,000 gold I made doing that was really very easy. It didn't take a lot of effort. If there are no groups, make your own. That doesn't take a lot of effort either. Just go and have a look. The other thing is with these BOEs, you really need to be mindful that it will take time to sell some of these, and the value is going to go down over time as people have access to those delves and the new raids. People are going to gear up that way. At the moment, we're in like this awkward scenario where there's like a bridge between the new content and the old content, and this is the best BOE gear you can get. So we've got a real kind of golden bridge here, not for very long, so go and use it now. So just one last reminder, make sure the BOEs are not being listed for lower than vendor price. Make sure you're counting the deposit because these things will take many times to relist. And if you're paying a $16 gold deposit for something you have to relist 9 times to sell for 80 gold, you really need to think about whether or not that's worthwhile. So have a backup plan for the things that don't sell, whether or not you're mailing them to a disenchanter or you're just vendoring them. Just don't hold on to them forever. If it's not working, move on. I think the blue items will sell, and some of the green definitely are, but just make sure you're staying mindful of how much you're spending listing these things on the auction house. If you haven't seen this farm, go and check it out in my other videos. Otherwise, that's all for this video. Thank you so much to my mini goblins, and I really hope you're making some pretty good gold off getting this content early. If you want to join the mini goblins, check the link in the description. Otherwise, I'll leave you all with this very important wisdom. Girls don't play WoW.